All right, everybody, welcome back. It's day 7 of A Raisin in the Sun. Now, I've gone all professional on you. Oh, I changed my pullover, too. I put on my Braves pullover because it's a baseball season. I haven't watched any baseball because it's hasn't been baseball, but I've been thinking about baseball. And I've been missing baseball, so I put on my baseball pullover and my Braves baseball hat. But I've gone all professional. Oh, by the way, it's freezing cold outside. Okay, yesterday it was warm, and the day before that it was warm, and we did all kind of yard work and gardening and planting and cleaning and filling and digging and trying to get gardens ready. And we're going to plant some new gardens this year, and we move stuff. And so now the week is back, and it's freezing cold again. But my pink tree is a beautiful pink tree. I went all professional on you, okay? All professional. Madison, my daughter, she's a YouTuber and she has all these followers and she does all these blogs and stuff. So we got her a ring light for her YouTube videos some time back. And that's like low setting, I think. Hang on, let me see. Let me find out where I do it. Let me see. It's like the sun. My skin is melting right now. Okay. Now I can turn it down. I don't know. I don't know how bright it should be. I don't want to be washed out, Let me see. Let me try a little well washed out now. Hang on. Can't find the button. How's that? Got a little light, better quality, right? And all professional on you? Okay. So I know we got to do the scene 3 of Act 2. We got some bad news, right? We got some bad news. Governor Cuomo said no schools for the rest of the year, at least no in-school the rest of the year. And it's disappointing. It is disappointing. I miss seeing you. I wanted to come see you. I wanted to be together again and just pull my desk out in front of the room, sit down and just chit-chat. Maybe do one of our crazy things where we move everybody in the room around and see if we can recognize people's voices, or just turn the lights out and tell ghost stories, or I don't know, silly things that people do. Go outside. I don't know. I wanted to do something, but we're not going to be able to. And it makes sense. We can't social distance the way it is right now. There's no way to have 6 feet of separation in the cafeteria and the halls and the classroom. Just can't do it right now. We can plan for next year. We just can't do it right now. So we're going to continue on. We're going to be strong together. We're going to be like the plant that Mama loves so much in Raising the Sun. Very little sunlight, but that thing is thriving. Well, at least surviving. If not thriving, at least surviving. And we're surviving. Hopefully we're thriving. Right? So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep being strong. And we're going to get through this on the other side. And we're going to look back and we're going to smile. My hair is so long, by the way. My hair, my wife put my hair up in a ponytail yesterday. It was so long, and my son's like, "Daddy, Papa, no, I don't like it, Papa. Take it out, Papa." And he ran away. I don't know why it was so scary. I took it out. It did look. I look silly, But anyway, my hair's so long. When you get through the other side, we're gonna look back. We're gonna smile and say, that was tough, year 2020, but we made it. We survived. We came out stronger on the other end. We developed a new appreciation for each other, a new appreciation for school, for our teachers, for our administrators, for our peers, for our younger classmates, for our teammates, for our playmates. Those people who play together. People, for our choir mates, for our mathletes mates. That we miss not being together. And sometimes when you're together all the time, you take for granted what it means to be with your friends. And we let small dramas get in the way of our happiness. And we let things like who said what, or she gave me a look over the cafeteria table, and we let these things ruin our experience. So maybe this has given us a new appreciation for what a blessing it is to be able to be together, right? Okay, it's a blessing to be together. Okay, but back to Mama and A Raisin in the Sun. And Mama, who's trying to fix what's going on with Walter, said, "Walter, here's the money. You take it." Oh, hang on 1 second. All right, I'm sorry, I don't want to choke to death right there in front of you. I think it's the sun right here in the corner of the room. Boy, it is turned down. I am enjoying this thing. Okay, there. Am I too bright? That's too white. Too bright. My face turns white. Okay. All right. All right. So she has the money. She puts a down payment on the house, $3,500. She feels good about that. Her dream's going to be realized. There's going to be a place for Travis to grow up and be happy. Ruth's going to have that new baby, and everything's going to be good. Walter's going to have a place to be a man of the house in. Got money put. She's going to put money aside, and she says, Walter, go to the bank. Take this $6,500. $6,500. Put $3,000 away in the bank in the savings account for beneath the schooling. Nobody touches that. And the other $3,500, $3,500 put in the checking account. Anything that goes into that account or out of that account, you decide. You be the man of this house like you're supposed to be. And she trusts. He goes, you trust me like that, Mama? You trust me like that, Mama? And immediately he says, basically what he says is, I'm going to break that trust. Because he tells Travis, what your daddy's going to do tonight, this business deal your dad's going to do tonight is going to make us rich. Rich beyond our dreams. We're going to have a gardener named Jefferson out there. And I come home with, hello, Jefferson. Hello, Mr. Younger. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? Please. Not with that money, Walter. Not with that money. Okay? Here we go. It's Saturday. It's moving day 1 week later. Before the curtain rises, Ruth's voice, a strident, dramatic church alto, cuts through the silence. It is, in the darkness, a triumphant surge, a penetrating statement of expectation. Oh, Lord, I don't feel no ways tired. Children, oh, glory, hallelujah. As the curtain rises, we see that Ruth is alone in the living room, finishing up the family's packing. It is moving day. She is nailing crates and tying cartons beneath the inners, carrying a guitar case, and watches her exuberant sister-in-law. I got nothing to drink in here. Ruth, hey, hi. Honey, look in that package there and see what I found on sale this morning at the South Center. Look at here. Hand-turned hems. And she shows them some curtains. How do you know the window size out there? Ruth, who hadn't thought of that. Oh, well, they bound to fit something in the whole house. Anyhow, they was too good a bargain to pass up. Oh, Benny, I meant to put a special note on that carton over there. That's your mama's good china, and she wants to be very careful with it. Benita, I'll do it. She finds a piece of paper and starts to draw large letters on it. You know what I'm going to do as soon as I get in that new house? What? Honey, I'm going to run me a tub of water up to here. And I'm going to get in it. And I'm going to sit and sit and sit in that hot water. And the first person who knocks it, tell me to hurry up and come out, get shot at sunrise. You said it, sister. Honey, they ain't going to read that from no airplane. Now think about why that's important. That's another thing we take for granted, isn't it? Getting in the shower, getting in the tub, drawing the hot water, having a hot shower, standing there. And if you're anything like my girls, your showers go way too long, and your dad's got to come up every day and go, you buying that hot water? They're charging us for that hot water. Get on out of there now. You know, but they couldn't do that. They shared a bathroom with other families down the hall. You know, maybe of all the things that this house is going to bring, that might be the best one. A bathroom to themselves. Now, when you're arguing about the bathroom, or you're arguing about something about not having enough in your life, think about you got your own bathroom. I guess I always think things have more emphasis. They're big somehow. You and your brother seem to have that as a philosophy of life. Lord, that man done changed so around here. You know what we did last night? Me and Walter Lee? What? We went to the movies. We went to the movies. You know the last time me and Walter went to the movies together? No, me neither. That's how long it's been. But we went last night. The picture wasn't much good, but that didn't seem to matter. We went and we held hands. Now, why hasn't Walter changed so? Because Walter done a business deal that he thinks is going to make him rich. Oh, Lord. We held hands. And you know what? What? When we come out of the show, it was late and dark and all the stores and things was closed up. And it was kind of chilly and there wasn't many people on the streets. And we were still holding hands, me and Walter. You're killing me. Walter enters with a large package. His happiness is deep in him. He cannot keep still with his newfound exuberance. He is singing and wiggling and snapping his fingers. He puts his package in a corner and puts a phonograph record, which he has brought with him, on the record player. As the music comes up, he dances over to Ruth and tries to get her to dance with him. She gives in at last to his raunchiness, and in a fit of giggling allows herself to be drawn into his mood, and together they deliberately burlesque an old social dance of their youth. You know, a phonograph is an old record player. Remember the black vinyl records, and you put them on, and you had an arm with a needle on it, and as the record turned, the needle was in the grooves, and it made the sound. Beneatha, regarding them a long time as they danced, then drawing in her breath for a deeply exaggerated comment which she does not particularly mean. Talk about old-fashioned Negroes. Stop him momentarily. What kind of Negroes? He says this in fun. He is not angry with her today, nor with anyone. He starts to dance with his wife again. Old-fashioned. You know, when these new Negroes have their convention, pointing at his sister, that's going to be the chairman of the Committee on Unending Agitation. He goes on dancing and stops. Race, race, race. Girl, I do believe you are the first person in the history of the entire human race to successfully brainwash yourself. Beneatha breaks up and he goes on dancing. He stops again, enjoying his tease. Damn, even the NAACP takes a holiday sometimes. Beneatha and Ruth laugh. He dances with Ruth some more and starts to laugh and stops and pantomime someone over an operating table. I can just see that chick someday looking down at some poor cat on an operating table before she starts to slice him, saying, by the way, what are your views on civil rights down there? He laughs at her again and starts to dance happily. The bell sounds, right? He is happy today. Spoiler alert, it's about to change. It's going to change real fast. He's not going to be very happy very much longer. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Beneatha goes to the door and opens it as Walter and Ruth go on with the clowning. Beneatha is somewhat surprised to see a quiet-looking middle-aged white man in a business suit holding his hat and a briefcase in his hand and consulting a small piece of paper. How do you do, miss? I am looking for Mrs. Lena Younger. Oh, yes, that's my mother. Excuse me. Ruth, brother, somebody's here. Come in, please. Thank you. My mother isn't here just now. Is it business? Yes, well, of a sort. Have a seat. I'm Mrs. Younger's son. I'll look after most of her business matters. Ruth and Beneatha exchanged amused glances. Well, my name is Carl Lindler. Walter Younger. This is my wife and my sister. How do you do? Walter, amiably friendly, as he sits himself easily in a chair, leaning with interest forward on his knees and looking expectantly into the newcomer's face. Like, okay, who's this white man? He's shown up. What does he want? What could this be about? And Walter's feeling good inside, right? What can we do for you, Mr. Lindler? He shuffles some papers, the hat and briefcase. Well, I'm a representative of the Clybourne Park Improvement Association. Why don't you sit your things on the floor? Oh yes, thank you. And as I was saying, I'm from the Clybourne Park Improvement Association, and we have had it brought to our attention at the last meeting that you people, or at least your mother, has bought a piece of residential property at, let me see, where is it again? Yes, 406 Clybourne Park. That's right. Care for something to drink? Ruth, give Mr. Lindler a beer. Oh, no, really. I mean, thank you very much, but no thank you. Some coffee? Thank you. Nothing at all. Beneatha's watching the man carefully. She knows something's up, right? She feels it. Something wrong here. Something just not sitting right. Well, I don't know how much you folks know about our organization. He's a gentleman, thoughtful and somewhat labored in his manner. It is one of these community organizations set up to look after, things like block upkeep and special projects. And we also have what we call our New Neighbors Orientation Committee. Yes, and what do they do? Turning a little to her, then returning the main force to Walter. Well, it's what you might call a sort of welcoming committee, I guess. I mean, I'm the chairman of the committee, go around and see the new people who move into the neighborhood and sort of give them the lowdown on the way we do things out in Clybourne Park. With appreciation of the two meanings which escape Ruth and Walter. Uh-huh. And we also have the category of what the association calls special community problems. Yes, and what are some of those? Beneatha's on to him, right? Girl, let the man talk. Thank you. I would sort of like to explain this thing in my own way. I mean, I want to explain to you in a certain way. Go ahead. Yes, well, I'm going to try to get right to the point. I'm sure we'll all appreciate that in the long run. Yes. Be still now. Well, would you like another chair? You don't look comfortable. No, thank you very much. Please, well, to get right to the point, a great breath, and he finally tells it. I, I'm sure you people must be aware of some of the incidents that have happened in various parts of the city when black people have moved into certain areas. Benita exhales heavily and starts tossing a piece of fruit up and down in the air. Well, because we have what I think is going to be a unique type of organization in American community life, not only do we deplore that kind of thing, but we are trying to do something about it. Benita stops tossing and turns with a new and quizzical interest in the man. We feel, getting confidence in his mission because of the interest in the faces of the people he's talking to. Okay, we feel that most of the trouble in this world, when you come right down to it, most of the trouble exists because people just don't sit down and talk to each other. Ruth nodded. She might in church, pleased with the remark. You can say that again, mister. Okay. That we don't try hard enough in this world to understand the other fellow's problem, the other guy's point of view. Now that's right. Oop, can't turn the page very well. I'm sorry. Bear with me, people. Benita and Walter merely watch and listen with genuine interest. Yes, that's the way we feel out in Clybourne Park. And that's why I was elected to come here this afternoon and talk to you people. Friendly like, the way people should talk to each other and see if we couldn't find some way to work this thing out. As I say, the whole business is a matter of caring about the other fellow. Anybody can see that you are a nice family of folks, hardworking and honest, I'm sure. Today, everybody knows what it means to be on the outside of something. And of course, there is always somebody who is out to take advantage of people who don't always understand. What you mean? Well, you see, our community is made up of people who worked hard as the dickens for years to build up that little community. They're not rich and fancy people, just hard-working, honest people who don't really have much but those little homes and a dream of the kind of community they want to raise their children in. Now, I don't say we are perfect, and there's a lot wrong with some of the things they want. But you've got to admit that a man, right or wrong, has a right to want to have the neighborhood he lives in a certain kind of way. And at the moment, the overwhelming majority of our people out there feel that people get along better, take more of a common interest in the life of the community when they share a common background. I want you to believe me when I tell you that race prejudice simply doesn't enter into it. It is a matter of the people of Clybourne Park believing, rightly or wrongly, as I say, that for the happiness of all concerned, that our Negro families are happier when they live in their own communities. So the welcoming committee has come to tell them that they aren't very welcome. It's got nothing to do with the fact that they're black. They just feel that black people would be happier living with other black people and not amongst the white folks at Clybourne Park. Benita, this, friends, is the welcoming committee. Is this what you come marching all the way out here over here to tell us? Well, now we have been having a fine conversation. I hope you'll hear me all the way through. Go ahead, man. You see, in the face of all things I've said, we are prepared to make your family a very generous offer. 30 pieces and not a coin less. I hope you get that reference. That's a reference to Judas getting 30 pieces of silver to betray Jesus. Yeah? Put on his glasses and drawing a form out of the briefcase. Our association is prepared, through the collective effort of our people, to buy the house from you at a financial gain to your family. Lord have mercy, ain't this the living gall? All right, you through? Well, I want to give you the exact terms of the financial arrangement. We don't want to hear no exact terms of no arrangements. I want to know if you got any more to tell us about getting together. Well, I don't suppose that you feel, never mind how I feel, you got any more to say about how people ought to sit down and talk to each other. Get out of my house, man. Looking around at the hostile faces and reaching and assembling in his hat and briefcase. Well, I don't understand why you people are reacting this way. What do you think you're going to gain by moving into a neighborhood where you just aren't wanted and where some elements, well, people can get awful worked up when they feel that their whole way of life and everything they've ever worked for is threatened? Get out. Well, I'm sorry it went like this. Get out. You just can't force people to change their hearts, son. He turns and puts his card on the table and exits. Walter pushes the door with stinging hatred and stands looking at it. Ruth just sits and Benita just stands. They say nothing. Mama and Travis enter. Well, this all the packing got done since I left out here this morning? I testify before God that my children got all the energy of the dead. What time the moving men do? 4 o'clock. You had a caller, Mama. Sure enough, who? The welcoming committee. Who? The welcoming committee. They said they sure are going to be glad to see you when you get there. Yeah, they said they can't hardly wait to see your face. Mama ceased sensing their facetiousness, that they're, joking to make a point. What's the matter with you all? Ain't nothing the matter with us. We just telling you about the gentleman who came to see you this afternoon from the Clybourne Park Improvement Association. What he want? To welcome you, honey. He said they can't hardly wait. He said the one thing they don't have that they just die to have out there is a fine family of black people. Ain't that right? Yeah, he left his card in case. They indicate the card, and Mama picks it up and throws it on the floor, understanding and looking off as she draws her chair up to the table when she has put her plant and some sticks and some cord. Father, give us strength. Did he threaten us? Oh, Mama, they don't do it like that anymore. He taught brotherhood. He said everybody ought to learn how to sit down and hate each other with good Christian fellowship. Lord, protect us. You should hear the money those folks raised to buy the house from us. All we paid and then some. What they think we gonna do, eat 'em? No, honey, marry 'em. Lord, Lord, Lord. Well, that's the way the crackers crumble. Joke. Mama, what are you doing? Fixing my plant so it won't get hurt none of the way. Mama, you going to take that to the new house? Uh-huh. That raggedy looking old thing. It expresses me. Right? A throwback to when Benita's trying to find something to express herself with, the horseback riding, the photography, the guitar lessons. So there, Miss Thing. Walter comes to Mama suddenly and bends down behind her and squeezes her in his arms with all his strength. She is overwhelmed by the suddenness of it, and though delighted in her manners like that of Ruth with Travis. Look out now, boy, you make me mess up my thing here. Mama, you know what it means to climb up in the chariot? Get on away from me now. What the old song say, Mama? Walter. Now? I got wings. You got wings. All God's children got wings. Boy, get out of my face and do some work. When I get to heaven, gonna put on my wings, gonna fly all over God's heaven. Everybody talking about heaven ain't going there. Walter to Ruth, who's carrying the box across to them. I don't know. You think we ought to give her that? Seems to me she ain't been very appreciative around here. What is that? Taking it from Ruth and putting it on the table in front of Mama. Well, what you all think? Should we give it to her? Oh, she was pretty good today. Oh, good, you. Open it, Mama. She stands up, looks at it, turns and looks at all of them, and then presses her hands together and does not open the package. Open it, Mama. It's for you. Mama looks in his eyes. It is the first present in her life without it being Christmas. Slowly she opens her package and lifts out one by one a brand new sparkling set of gardening tools. Walter continues, prodding. Ruth made up the note. Read it. To our own Mrs. Miniver. Love from brother, Ruth, and Benita. Ain't that lovely? Daddy, can I give her mine now? All right, son. Travis didn't want to go in with the rest of us, Mama. He got his own. We don't know what it is. Travis racing back in the room with a large hat box and putting it in front of his grandmother. Here. Lord have mercy, baby. You done gone and bought your grandmother a hat. Open it. She does and lifts out an elaborate, but very elaborate, wide gardening hat, and all the adults break up at the sight of it. Travis, honey, what is that? It's a gardening hat like the ladies always have on in the magazines when they work in their gardens. Travis, we were trying to make Mama Mrs. Miniver, not Scarlett O'Hara. What's the matter with you all? This here is a beautiful hat. I always wanted me one just like it. She pops it on her head to prove to her grandson, and the hat is ludicrous and considerably oversized. Hot dog, go, Mama. I'm sorry, Mama, but you look like you ready to go out and chop you some cotton. Sure enough. They all laughed except Mama out of deference to Travis's feelings. Bless your heart, this is the prettiest hat I ever owned. What are we all sitting around here for? We ain't finished packing yet. Benny, you ain't packed one book. And the bell rings. Ding dong. Uh-oh. That couldn't be the movers. It's not hardly too good yet. Walter turning, stiffening. Wait, I'll get it. You expecting company, son? Yeah. Mama looks at Ruth and they exchange innocent and unfrightened glances. They have no idea what's about to happen. Well, let them in, son. We need some more string. Travis, you run to the hardware and get me some string cord. Mama goes out and Walter turns and looks at Ruth. Travis goes to a dish for money. Why don't you answer the door, man? Because sometimes it's hard to let the future begin. I got wings, you got wings, all God's children got wings. He crosses to the door and throws it open. Standing there is a very slight little man in a not too prosperous business suit and with haunted, frightened eyes and a hat pulled down tightly, brim up, around his forehead. Travis passes between the men and exits. Walter leans deep in the man's face, still in his jubilance. When I get to heaven, gonna put on my wings, gonna fly all over God's heaven. The little man just stares at him. Heaven! And Walter stops, looks past and says, hey, where's Willie, man? He ain't with me. Oh, come on in. You know my wife. Yes. How you, Miss Ruth? Ruth, quietly, a mood apart from her husband's, already seeing Bobo. Hello, Bobo. You right on time today. Right on time. That's the way. He slaps Bobo on his back. Sit down. Let me hear. Ruth stands stiffly and quietly in back of them as though somehow she senses death, her eyes fixed on her husband. Bobo's frightened eyes on the floor, his hat in his hands. He's not bringing good news, right? He is not bringing good news. Could I please get a drink of water before I tell you about it, Walter Lee? Walter Lee does not take his eyes off the man. Ruth goes blindly to the tap and gets a glass of water and brings it back to Bobo. There ain't nothing wrong, is there? Let me tell you. Man, didn't nothing go wrong? Let me tell you, Walter Lee. You know how it was. I got to tell you it was. First I got to tell you how it was all the way. About the money I put in, Walter Lee. What about the money you put in? Well, it wasn't much as we told you, me and Willie. I'm sorry, Walter. I got a bad feeling about it. I got a real bad feeling about it. Man, what you telling me about all this for? Tell me what happened in Springfield. Springfield? What was supposed to happen in Springfield? Ruth asked. This deal that what me and Walter went into with Willie. Me and Willie was going to go down to Springfield and spread some money around so we wouldn't have to wait so long for the liquor license. That's what we were going to go do. Everybody said that's the way you had to do it. You understand, Miss Ruth? Man, what happened down there? I'm trying to tell you, Walter. Then tell me, damn it! What's the matter with you? Man, I didn't go to no Springfield yesterday. Why not? Because I didn't have no reasons to. Man, what are you talking about? Talking about the fact that when I got to the train station yesterday morning, 8 o'clock like we planned, man, Willie didn't never show up. Why? Where was he? Where is he? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know. I waited 6 hours. I called his house and I waited 6 hours. I waited in that train station 6 hours. He's breaking up. He starts crying. That was all the extra money I had in the world. Man, Willie is gone. Gone? What you mean Willie is gone? Gone where? You mean he went by himself. You mean he went out to Springfield by himself to take care of getting the license. You mean maybe he didn't want too many people in on the business down there. You know Willie got his own ways. Maybe he was late yesterday and he just went on down there without you. Maybe he's been calling you home trying to tell you what happened or something. Maybe he just got sick. He's somewhere. He's got to be somewhere. We just got to find him. Me and you got to find him. We got to. What's the matter with you, Walter? Man, when a cat take off with your money, he don't leave you no maps. Walter turned him mad as he's looking for Willie in the very room. Willie, don't do it. Please don't do it. Man, not with that money. Man, please not with that money. Oh, God, don't let it be true. He is wandering around crying out for Willie, looking for him, or perhaps for help from God. Man, I trusted you. Man, I put my life in your hands. He starts to crumple down on the floor as Ruth just covers her face in horror. Mama opens the door and comes in the room with Benita behind her. Man! He starts to pound the floor with his fist, sobbing wildly. That money is made out of my father's flesh! I'm sorry, Walter. I had my life staked in this deal, too. He leaves and Mama comes up to Walter. Son, is it gone? Son, I gave you $6,500. Is it gone? All of it? Benita's money, too? Mama, I never went to the bank at all. You mean your sister's school money? You used that, too? Walter? Yes, all of it. It's all gone. There is total silence. Ruth stands with her face covered with her hands. Benita leans forlornly against a wall, fingering a piece of red ribbon from the mother's gift. Mama stops and looks at her son without recognition, then, quite without thinking about it, starts to beat him senselessly in the face. Benita goes to them and stops it. Mama! Mama stops and looks at both of her children and rises slowly and wanders vaguely, aimlessly away from them. I seen him, meaning Big Walter, her husband. I seen him night after night come in, look at that rug, and then look at me, the red showing in his eyes, the veins moving in his head. I seen him grow thin and old before he was 40, working and working and working like somebody's old horse, killing himself. And you give it all away today. Mama, oh God, look down here and show me the strength. Mama, strength. Mama, strength. Man, man. I told you what happiness wasn't going to last. Not only did the Clybourne welcoming committee show up and say, you aren't welcome, and all the people that live in Clybourne Park put in their own money to buy your house from you because that's how much they don't want a family of Negroes living with them. They want the black families need to live out with the black families. But that wasn't even the worst part of it, was it? Walter, and we knew it, but here it is. Walter gave that money to Willie, and Boble gave some money to Willie, and Willie took off with all their money. $6,500 made of his father's flesh, he took off. He stole from him. All gone. She says, I seen my husband come in here, work like somebody else's horse, grow old and thin before he was 40. He worked himself to the bones for his children. And you done give it all away in a day. All right. So that's the end. This is a long one, I know. That's the end of today's reading. Get that assignment in. I'll put up something else later. I know you're doing lots of stuff. I know you've got lots of other classes too. I see Miranda doing work all the time. I know you're getting lots of stuff, so I'm not going to overload you. Don't worry. Your final will go up. Your final's already up. It's under topics, under assignments. But I'll put something up talking about it if I haven't already. Due date, I think it's June 6th, 5th, June 5th, I think is going to be the due date. But I will take a look at it. Maybe earlier than that, but I'll take a look at it. All right, so don't go off this. Wait till I put something up. All right, so we'll get back together for another video soon. Probably tomorrow I'll drop the next one. Please take care of yourselves. Be happy, be healthy. I love you. I do. And I'll see you next time. Bye.